Well, my friends, guess what time it is? That's right. It's time for another lesson of typing with TTJ. Welcome back. Well, hello everyone. Once again, welcome back to Typing with TTJ. We hope that you've found lesson number 1 enjoyable and educational. If you've not had a chance yet to listen to lesson number 1, please do that first before proceeding with lesson number 2. As you might remember, in lesson 1, we covered the basic overview of the home row and proper fingering, and we worked with the letters F and J. Today, we're going to move outward just by one letter, and we're going to work with D and K. That's D as in Delta and K as in Kilo. So if you've got your fingers positioned properly on that home row, you'll remember that both of your index fingers or pointer fingers are on the keys that have the little raised lines at the bottom. And on the left hand, that's the letter F. And on the right hand, that's the letter J. And again, if this is not sounding familiar to you, please pause and go back and listen to lesson number 1. Now, today, we're going to be using our middle fingers. So we've got that home row fingering, just like we learned the last time, and we're going to we're going to use the middle finger on our left hand. That is the letter D. And we're going to use the middle finger on the right hand, which is the letter K. Going to turn things back over to Mom now, see if she has any other comments, and then we'll get started practicing with D and K.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so you've learned the F and the J, and your fingers were on the home row. And hopefully, you did a little bit of practicing. So, we're going to move on, and we're going to, as Matthew told you, we're going to do the letters D and K. So, what we want to be sure of is that for the D and K, we're going to be using the second finger, which is, of course, where your D is on the left hand and your K is on the right hand of the second finger. And we're going to rest our other fingers still on that home row key. Now, one thing you might want to know is that your little index fingers that are right before that can rise a little bit, just slightly, but all the other fingers should remain motionless in their home positions. So that'll give you a little bit more flexibility to be able to tap the D and the K. So if you're ready, we're going to get started. And also remember, we have to stretch that little pinky finger on the right-hand side to reach that return key at the end of each line that I dictate. So once again, I'm going to say the letters. You'll repeat after me, say the letters yourself, and type them as you say them. Okay, here we go. D, 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 space. D, 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 space. K, 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 space. K, 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 space. D, 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 space. K, 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 space. D, D, space. K, K, space. D, D, space. K, K, space. D, space. K, return. Now, just in case you weren't sure what you were doing, hopefully that when we started with your D, you're going to use the left hand for the D, the right hand for the K. So you're alternating both the left hand then to the right hand as we say the correct letters and you type the correct letters. I just wanted to be sure that you're getting the D in your left hand and the K in your right hand with your second finger. Okay, we're going to continue with the next line. It's practically, in fact, it's identical to the first one. So we're going to start again and we're going to go D, 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 space. D, 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 space. K, 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 space. K, 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 space. D, 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 space. K, 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 space. D, D, space. K, K, space. D, D, space. K, K, space. D, space. K, return. And the last line, once again, left hand with the D. D, 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 space. D, 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 space. Right hand, K, 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 space. K, 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 space. Left hand, D, 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 space. Right hand, K, 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 space. Left hand, D, D, space. Right hand, K, K, space. Left hand, D, D, space. Right hand, K, K, space. Left hand, D, space. Right hand, K, and return. And that ends that exercise of D and K. Back to you, Matthew.
All right, Trainer Matt here with one more exercise for you. Going to do a little bit of cumulative review now for something really fun. But before we do that, I'd like to remind everybody that all of these Typing with TTJ lessons, all 2 of them so far, can be accessed from our Typing with TTJ YouTube playlist. And so if you're really getting into this and finding it beneficial, we recommend that you add the Typing with TTJ playlist to your YouTube library. And that way, you'll always have access to the latest videos as soon as we upload them. And with new typing exercise videos being uploaded every week, you'll have plenty to work with. All right, let's do this final exercise now and go back to what we learned last week, reviewing the F and the J. And here we go if you're ready. Fingers in proper position. Let's use those pointers. F, 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 space. F, 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 space. J, 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 space. J, 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 space. F, 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 space. J, 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 space. F, F, space. J, J, space. F, F, space. J, J, space. F, space. J, return. And now back to this week. One more time. D, 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 space. K, 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 space. Using those middle fingers. Left hand, D, D, D space. And right hand, K, K, K space. D, D, D space. K, K, K space. D, D space. K, K space. D space. K return. And that completes today's lesson. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for even more content. Visit us on the web at www.ttjtech.biz. And until next time, this is Trainer Matt of TTJ Tech Services reminding you that once you learn proper typing skills, you'll always have the keys of success. God bless you, everybody. See you next time.